Hey crafters, it's Julie Creek from Creek Bank Creations. I'm here to share with you today a sunshine card, and it says, create your own sunshine. So I'm going to go over with you guys how I did this card. It's really, on the face of the card, it looks pretty simple, but there's some tips and tricks involved that I want to share with you. The background of this card uses our wonky stitched panel die. And the wonky stitched panel die is what cuts the frame and the stitching on that edge. It's really a nice special touch to add to a card. This is what the wonky stitched panel die looks like. If you look at it on the website, sometimes this confuses people because they think it's a bunch of butterflies, and there are butterflies in the package, but the base is the wonky stitched frame. So this is designed to fit 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way around on an A2 card, and it's just a great little background for your card. Now, I'm going to teach you a little trick with the wonky stitched panel. This die, when it die cuts, has all those little stitch marks in it. So when you die cut with it, the die gets embedded in the paper. So I'm going to die cut this. I have the Vagabond machine here with me today. I'm going to die cut this, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So if you're not familiar, the Vagabond is an electric machine, and so you're going to hear some noise, and that's the machine running. So if you struggle with die cutting and bothers your wrists or shoulder, the Vagabond is a really great option for you. So here's my piece that I have cut. Get that up there where you can see it. And there's my die. Now what happens, because you have all those little stitch marks in the die, the paper ends up being really difficult to get out of the die, and you end up trying to push it out, and you can actually end up kind of denting the paper wherever you're putting pressure on it to get it out of the die. And this is an annoyance of mine. So I have a fix for that, and I want to share that with you today. We're going to take our die, and we are going to locate some Craft Fun Foam. I keep white Craft Fun Foam in my stash at home, and I recommend you do too. This is like you buy at Walmart by the sheet type stuff. And I have applied my super tacky tape to the back of it. So we sell super tacky tape in a 3-inch roll or a 6-inch roll. And you would unroll the tape, put your Fun Foam in there, so you have Fun Foam on one side and super tacky tape on the other side. We're going to take our Fun Foam, and we're going to just clip off a little piece of the Fun Foam. Okay, so I have my little piece, and I have the sticky side right here. And I am going to put my die, and I'm going to put that right on the very corner of my die. So I have the sticky side up. I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. We're just going to give this a little piece of foam for that corner, and that will give us an ejection point for the die. Get it all set up. You just want to barely hit that corner. So when it comes out, I have this. So I'm going to take this little piece. I'm going to peel the tape liner off. And I'm going to set it right in the corner of that die. So that is why we were cutting down into the tape side. And now I have that little bitty cushion up in the corner of my die. Now, when I die cut, that little cushion is going to be enough so that when I take my die, put it on my paper, and die cut, that I will have a little ejection point on the little corner. So if you have dies that frustrate you because you have trouble getting paper out of them. Here's my little corner, and you can see here, I have that little ejection point, and I can literally just unroll that right out of the die. So if you have dies that frustrate you, you can do the same thing with them. So this is the cloud die that's off of the weather set. And the weather set has the sun and the clouds, the lightning bolt and the rain on it. And they are designed with stitch marks and multiple lines on them. So when you die cut with them, the paper wants to hang up in it. So I have a piece of paper here and my die. I'm going to show you. It can be really difficult to get the die out, or get the paper out. So we're going to die cut, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so here's my die. Paper stuck in there. And when I try to get it out, I can end up putting my tool right through, because I'm trying to pull that out and it just doesn't want to go. So this can be especially true with the sentiments. Now this die is made so you have that inside piece and you have an outside piece. So what happens sometimes when you get this, you're trying to pull that outside piece, is that it can become all distorted and weird shaped because it has so much pressure going in. And it does depend on the environment that you're in, how wet or dry it is in your craft space, how thick your paper is, all kinds of things variables. So I'm going to take my craft foam and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to get my tape here. I need a little bit bigger piece, so I'm going to trim one out here. So I'm just going to stick that down in there and trim it out. You want to make sure when you trim it out that you do not have any extra adhesive hanging off the edge. Trim off that adhesive. So there's my piece. Now we're going to take our fun foam. This is the adhesive side. We're going to put the die down and we're going to die cut. This is going to give us the ability to fill the whole inside of that piece with foam. And now when we die cut, our paper will not stick in the die. So there's what we have. Now what we're going to do is pull this out and pull off the tape liner and stick it right back in the die, and then it will permanently adhere to the die. So there's my inside part. I'm going to do my outside part. And I do recommend that before you actually cut these with paper, that you run them through your die cut machine one time by itself. I'm going to line that all up. Stick that right back in the die. Okay, there we go. We're going to put that in the machine and we're going to run it through before we cut. And that's going to push that foam all the way down into the die, and we're going to get really good clean cutting out of it. It'll still do the stitch marks. It'll still do everything we need. And when you go to eject your paper, if you need to eject your paper, you can literally push through the hole. But honestly, when you use this, often what you find when you die cut is that the paper's just laying on the cutting plate, which is ideal. You don't even have to fight getting it out. So that's my little tip that I do when I use these dies that are sometimes difficult to get the paper out of. So we are going to cut the clouds for that. And I've added the clouds at the bottom of this card, and I cut those with fun foam as well. So I'm ready to start putting this card together. I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see the deck more, and I have more fun things to share with you, and we're going to pull the camera down and continue on. Okay, so we are ready to put our card, start building our card, get it all back together. And we are going to start with an A2 card base. So we're just going to take that card base and fold that in half. And I have already cut the wonky stitched panel. So we will place the wonky stitched panel in our card. I'm going to use our super tacky tape. And today is May the 14th. Is that right, guys?
The 15th.
May the 15th. So we are currently running a special. If you order on the website and use the coupon code Sunshine, the order is 20% off. We also have bundle specials. So we do have a bundle special for our super tacky tape. That's 2 rolls of 1/2 inch and 2 rolls of 1/4 inch for $13. And we also have the weather bundle special, which is what we're using to make this card today, on sale for 30% off. There's our background. Now we are going to add some pattern paper from our rainbow paper pad. And this is a 6x6 paper pad that has 24 sheets of paper in it. So you have those fun rainbow prints. And I added in there the solids so you can see really nice color. And then you have some basics to use too. So we're going to take that striped piece and we're going to put it in our paper trimmer and we're going to cut it 5.25 by 2.5. Here, we already went that way. 2.5. And that's going to be that fun stripe right down the center of our card. I'm going to use our tape to adhere that. Now, I have figured out that if you can put your tape on in one continuous stream, you can pull it off in one continuous stream, which is kind of cool. So push it down well, and then you should be able to get in there with your pick tool and pull that up and pull off your tape liner. Now we're going to set that right on the center of our card. Using my grid for alignment. There we go. Nice background. Now we have sunshine to add. So I have cut the sunshine from the, from the rainbow or from the weather collection. And I have cut that multiple times because we're going to use it multiple times. So when I die cut it, I have my super tacky tape on the back. And I'm going to pull that out. And the first thing I want is the outline. So we're going to get the outline. And this is actually, I designed this die so you could use the inside or you could use the outside or you could inlay one piece into another. We just want the outside right now. There we go. We're going to pull that off and we're going to set that right up on the corner of our card. Put that right up in there. Now we're going to add a little texture and dimension there and a little bit of glitter to that. So what we're going to do is take our sun and we're going to turn him over. And we want to have the tape side facing up. We're going to take our pick tool and we're going to remove that liner. And we are going to cover that with our pixie dust. So we're going to take our glitter and we're going to cover it. I'm going to put my paper behind here. I was looking for paper because we're going to puff it with the Pixie Puffer. Now this is the Pixie Puffer. We sell this empty. It is for dry glitter. We sell pixie dust on our website. It is super fine glitter. You can use ultra fine, super fine, microfine, but you don't want to put any chunky things in the Pixie Puffer. This is locked. When this valve is down, it's locked. Swing arm opens it. So you can hear me open and close. Once I have it open, I can pump this with my finger and it is going to shoot glitter on my sun. So the fun thing to do is just hold this over the trash can and then all the glitter is going down in the trash can and you don't have any waste. I did this on top here tonight because I wanted you, or today, because I wanted you guys to see what that actually looks like. Okay, that's our Pixie Puffer. And you can find that on the website. So we have our sun, nice and glittery. We're gonna go back in and we're gonna lay that in. So we have to use our adhesive because we use the other side for glitter. So like to use just a little dab of glitter or a little adhesive on this. And if you use the Art Institute glue, you know it has this great nozzle on it where you can actually control where the glitter is going. So little tip for you, you need to keep the pin in the head of this, oh that was good, of this glue bottle so that it doesn't dry out. And we do have a nice selection of bottle baubles on our website, and you can tell us what color you like and we'll try to send you one that you like. The bottle baubles come in a bunch of different colors. They're all handmade, and that is made so you can find your pin, your stainless steel pin. Now, we've got our beautiful glitter going there. Okay, we need to add another one on top. We're gonna add another one. So we're gonna peel that off, and when you peel it off, you wanna keep the liner. We need the liner. Okay, and we're just using the inside, and we are going to take a paper punch, turn your punch upside down, and very carefully slide your sun in there and punch. Just gonna give us a really cool window for the top of that sun, just to add a little pop. We're gonna peel that off and stick that right on top. And you can decide where you want to place it, but I just think that just gives that a really nice finish. Now, when we die cut with our super tacky tape, we sometimes end up with these paper fibers. I'm trying to get this so you guys can see it. Paper fibers, okay? So I am going to take my Embelly jelly. This is what Embelly jelly looks like. Comes in this little package. It comes with a stick. I'm gonna show you a little trick with that in a minute. But Embelly jelly is made so that you attach it to the stick, and then when you have things to move, you can pick up and move things. I'm using it to push right into my die cuts, and those little hairs that are hanging around, it will pull them off. So if it annoys you like it does me, then you can use the Embelly jelly to clean that up, because we want to have like a really professional, beautiful card. We don't want to have little yellow paper hairs hanging off. Keep that in your little carrying case and you're good to go. Okay, that's awesome. We're ready to put our cloud. Now, this particular cloud, I already stamped it just so we didn't have to take time in the video, but I do want to show you. So we need to add our cloud. So we're going to take our die and we're going to do metal face down, and we're going to take our pencil and trace all the way around it. Okay, now when we go to add our sentiment, and we are using the sentiment from the Sunshine Sentiment set, there are so many amazing sentiments on this to use for the sunshine cards. I'm here for you. You create your own sunshine. Let the sun shine on you today. How about if we send sunshine? You want to send some sunshine? Sending sunshine. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then this might be my favorite. Hang on, I'll get you my favorite. This is our new project we're going to be working on here. Fun, fun, fun. So you can see lots of uses for this. It's sized so that when you stamp it, it will fit in that cloud perfectly. So if you draw the shape first, pick your stamp, set your stamp on there, and stamp your word. Then when you go back to die cut, you can center the die cut exactly over the text and die cut. So that's a great little tip to help you align things with the die and the stamp. So I've already completed that step for you so you didn't have to sit and watch. And we're gonna put tape on the back of that and add that to our card. Now we have those little clouds at the bottom, and I use that fun foam that I talked about earlier that has the super tacky tape on the back, and I die cut those small clouds with the fun foam. So to do that, I'm gonna cut down into the fun foam side, not the adhesive side. And that is going to give me my little clouds that I want. And I've already die cut those. So here's my little clouds. Oh, I need a medium one. Let's die cut. I do have to cut one. So when we cut this, we're cutting into the foam side with the die. There we go. And you can see, I can just push that right out with my tool, get that out of there. And we have this nice cloud. We're gonna peel the back off and just stick it on our card. Fun. I love the dimension that these little clouds make. Peel the liner off. Put that right there. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring the camera down just a little bit because I have a little trick I want to show you. See if we can get that in a little bit tighter. There we go. Okay, so I have a little tip I want to share with you before we go. We have a new product called Droplets, and they are clear. They come in this multi-pack, and there are a bunch of different sizes in them, and they are really cool because when you put them on your card, the color shines right through them, through the background. So we're gonna pick out some droplets that we want to put on our card, and we're going to adhere them to the card. I put this one here. You can decide where you want to put them. I just think they add a nice little touch, or some little bitty ones. And I want to show you a little trick on how to adhere these, because they can be difficult to work with. Nice. I'm going to put another one down here, okay? So little one, just kind of mess around, figure out what you want to do. Okay, the droplets need to be applied with a liquid adhesive. So we're going to use the Art Institute with that great nozzle because we can control the nozzle, and we're going to use the Embelly Jelly. So we're going to open up the Embelly Jelly, and we're going to get a piece of the Embelly Jelly. And you can like put it in the shape of a little circle, minus the little paper stuck to it. Put it in the shape of a circle, okay, and then take the stick and pick it up and turn that little piece over and put your dot of glue right on there and turn that over and stick that on. I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to hold that down with my pick tool and pull that off. So this is another great way to use the Embelly Jelly with any little rhinestones or things that you want to adhere to your card so that you can get them on without having glue blobs all over the place. So it's a great little tool to have in your stash. And that is the Sizzix pick tool that I'm using to pull that off with. Just nice to be able to control all the parameters. So right now, 20% off on the website if you use the coupon code Sunshine. We do have the weather special bundle, which is a bundle special that is 30% off. So if you purchase with the bundle special, you're going to get special pricing. Orders over $50 ship free every day. So we sure appreciate you watching this video with us. We hope that you're enjoying making the Sunshine cards as much as we are. We do have a Pinterest page with the Sunshine cards on them, and you certainly are encouraged to go over there and look at our Pinterest page full of really cool Sunshine cards. Thanks for joining me today, and check out our website, www.creekbankcreations.com.